Canada, Australia, New Zealand, 3 countries, 3 completely different immigration systems, 3 different lifestyles, and 3 very different answers, depending on who you are. If you are trying to figure out where to study, where to work, or where to build your future, this is the one video you actually need to watch. We are comparing all 4 angles today: study, work, PR, and lifestyle. No fluff, just the facts. And I want to hear from you throughout this video. After each section, drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which country you think wins and why. Let's see which one gets the most votes by the end. For a lot of people, studying abroad is step 1 on the road to permanent residency. So let's start there. In Canada, annual tuition ranges from $20,000 to $30,000 Canadian dollars per year. After you graduate, you receive the Post-Graduation Work Permit, also called the PGWP. This permit matches the length of your study program up to a maximum of 3 years. That 3 years matters because Canadian work experience feeds directly into Express Entry. And Express Entry is your fastest route to Canadian PR. Here is something most people overlook. If you speak both English and French, you earn extra CRS points in Express Entry. That language bonus alone can be the difference between getting an invitation or waiting months longer. Now Australia. Tuition runs between $20,000 and $37,000 Australian dollars per year. Australia's universities are genuinely world-class. The Group of 8, which includes Melbourne, Sydney, and the Australian National University, are ranked among the best on the planet. After graduation, Australia offers a graduate visa, giving you up to 4 years to work in the country, depending on your degree level. Just note that Australia raised its English language requirements recently, so prepare for that before you apply. And New Zealand. This is the one people sleep on. New Zealand has been quietly building one of the most student-friendly immigration systems in the world. The Green List gives students in certain programs a direct pathway to work visas, and eventually to residence. Starting August 2026, New Zealand is awarding stronger points for qualifications completed locally. 1 extra point compared to overseas qualifications. That sounds small, but in a points-based system, 1 point can change everything. Verdict on study. Canada wins on post-study work rights and the French language bonus. Australia wins on university prestige and program variety. New Zealand wins on cost of tuition and the fastest student to PR pipeline, especially from August 2026 onward. Now I want to hear from you. If you were choosing purely based on study, Canada, Australia, or New Zealand, type C for Canada, A for Australia, or NZ for New Zealand in the comments right now. Section 2. Work. Now the numbers most of you actually want. Salaries. In Canada, the average gross salary is $5,708 Canadian dollars per month. The strongest job markets are in technology, healthcare, skilled trades, and finance, concentrated in Ontario, British Columbia, and Alberta. In Australia, the average gross monthly salary is $7,833 Australian dollars. In US dollar terms, Australian workers earn approximately 36% more than Canadian workers. The top sectors are mining, construction, healthcare, and information technology. In New Zealand, the average monthly salary is $5,666 New Zealand dollars. For a single person, earning above 75,000 New Zealand dollars per year gives you a comfortable lifestyle with room to save. For a family of 4, you are looking at a combined household income of 120,000 New Zealand dollars or more, particularly in cities like Auckland. Now here is the twist that most comparison videos ignore. A higher salary does not automatically mean more money in your pocket. Australia's cost of living, particularly in Sydney and Melbourne, is significantly higher than both Canada and New Zealand. The raw number looks impressive, but after rent, groceries, and transport, the gap narrows considerably. What about job security? Australia currently has the tightest labor market of the three, with an unemployment rate of 4.1%. Canada sits at 6.9%. New Zealand is in the middle. So if job security is your priority right now, Australia is the strongest market. Verdict on work. Australia wins on raw salary and job market tightness. Canada wins on market access and ease of entry for newcomers. New Zealand wins on work-life balance and on how far your salary actually stretches outside the main cities. Here's my question for you. Does a higher salary matter more to you, or does a lower cost of living win? Because those two things pull in opposite directions in this comparison. Tell me what matters most to you personally. Drop it in the comments below. I genuinely want to know how you are thinking about this. Section 3. PR. This is the section most of you came for. Let's go country by country. Canada. Canada runs the Express Entry system. It is a points-based ranking out of 1,200, called the Comprehensive Ranking System, or CRS. Right now, you need approximately 490 points or higher to be competitive in general draws. Canada admitted 485,000 permanent residents in 2026, the highest intake of the three countries by a significant margin. Processing through Express Entry typically takes 6 to 8 months after you receive your invitation to apply. And here is Canada's single biggest structural advantage. Canada grants permanent residence directly. You do not need to spend years on temporary status first. You land. You are a permanent resident. Done. Citizenship follows after just 3 years of physical presence as a PR. The one caveat in 2026, Canada's Express Entry system is currently under review and may be restructured. Current rules still apply until any change is formally confirmed. But it is worth monitoring. Australia. Australia uses a points test out of 130. The subclass 189, the Skilled Independent Visa, currently requires around 80 points to receive an invitation. Australia approved 190,000 permanent places in 2026. Processing takes 6 to 12 months. Like Canada, the 189 visa grants you PR without requiring employer sponsorship. That is a genuine advantage over many other countries. The trade-off? Cost. Australia's immigration fees are higher than Canada's overall. And in 2026, the temporary graduate visa fee has roughly doubled compared to prior years. Citizenship in Australia requires 4 years of residence, including 1 year as a permanent resident. That is 1 year longer than Canada. New Zealand. This is where 2026 gets genuinely exciting. New Zealand just announced major changes to its skilled migrant category, the SMC, with 2 brand new residence pathways opening on August 24, 2026. The first is the Skilled Work Experience pathway. This is for migrants already working in New Zealand in a skilled role, skill levels 1 to 3, who have at least 5 years of relevant work experience, including 2 years inside New Zealand. The wage threshold is now 35 New Zealand dollars per hour, set in March 2026. The second is the Trades and Technician pathway. This is specifically designed for skilled trades workers who were previously locked out of New Zealand PR because the system was too heavily weighted toward academic qualifications. That door is now open. New Zealand is also introducing simplified wage rules. From August 2026, most applicants only need to meet the wage threshold that was in place when they started their skilled work experience, not a higher threshold set later. That gives people already in New Zealand much greater certainty and predictability. New Zealand citizenship is available after 5 years. The timeline is longer, but for the right profile, especially trades workers and people already inside New Zealand on work visas, the pathway just became the most accessible it has ever been. Verdict on PR. Canada wins on volume, speed, and family benefits. Express entry is still the most efficient PR system in the world for most skilled workers. Australia wins on the straightforward points test for in-demand occupations and the direct-to-PR route without employer sponsorship. New Zealand wins for trades workers and technicians starting August 2026, and for anyone already building their work experience inside the country. Final verdict. So which country actually wins? Here is the answer most people do not want to hear, but it is the honest one. The best country depends entirely on your profile. Choose Canada if you want the fastest route to PR, if you are a student planning to stay after graduation, if you speak French, or if you are moving as a family and want the strongest support system from day one. Choose Australia if you are in a high-demand occupation, if you want higher earning power, if job market security matters to you right now, or if your occupation appears on Australia's shortage list. Choose New Zealand if you are a skilled trades worker, if you are already living and working inside New Zealand, if lifestyle and work-life balance outweigh raw salary for you, or if you want to take advantage of the new residence pathways opening in August 2026. Now here is the comment I really want to see from you. Tell me, which country did you vote for across all 4 sections? Study, work, PR, and lifestyle. Did the same country win all 4 for you? Or did different countries win different categories? Write it out below. Something like study, Australia, work, Australia, PR, Canada, lifestyle, New Zealand. I want to see the full breakdown from as many of you as possible. And if this video helped you, subscribe. We post country comparisons every single week. See you in the next one.